Hey, today I'm here with Alex Champagne from Empire Flippers. Hey, Alex,
Hey Liz, how's it going?
you have got an awesome website for us today on your books.
I do.
Yeah, can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, sure. We talked about a listing, I think probably a month and a half ago, and we actually ended up selling that listing fairly recently. It's just about to finalize there. That was a good kind of testimonial for us talking about sites that buyers really do want to purchase. So that
Yeah.
one sold. But the one we're going to be talking about today is listing 46133. And it is a website that's in the fashion and apparel space, but more specifically, it focuses on different types of shoes. So a little bit about this. It's listed at $455,000. The average monthly net profit on this is just a little bit over $13,000. And we're using a 35x monthly multiple to come to that listing price. So
Okay.
that's kind of the broad of this website.
Yeah, so let's dive in because this is a really interesting site. So how's it monetized? How's it making its money?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's an Amazon associate site, and that basically means that when a user goes to purchase something off of Amazon, the seller from this website, since he referred that person over, is going to get a piece of that sale. And what's cool about this one is it is a package, so it's actually 5 sites that are in the shoe space, and there's good diversity of revenue across multiple different websites. So if there were something to happen, say let's one of the sites started to struggle while you worked on bringing that one back up, the other one will be still producing revenue, which is awesome.
Yeah, that is a big tick from us. That's something we always look for. How can we get diversity and there's safety in diversity. So that's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And it's getting some really decent traffic and page views, isn't it?
Absolutely. So the growth on this is pretty exceptional. If I look to the right, I'm just looking at the trends here to make sure you have the numbers exactly. But for example, page views in July of 2018, it was around 60,000 page views. If we compare that to June of this year, it did over 140,000 impressions. Or
Wow.
page views. So pretty successful and significant growth there. But the cool thing here is there's still a lot of opportunity for growth with this website. So we've seen a really nice trend, but for the right owner, I think there's some good growth opportunity as well.
Oh, yeah. So what sort of things do you think a new owner could do to keep that growth going?
Absolutely. So one thing to keep in mind here is the seller only spends around 1 hour a week on this site or this package of sites.
Uh,
And what's great about that is all of the content is outsourced. So that's already in place, and that's something that we can talk about with the new owner on how we can transition that to them so that that stays in place and they have that consistent vehicle that's already producing results. But
Excellent.
for the right buyer, if you are able to spend more time on this, the seller here does have other things he's working on, but if you are able to focus on this, I think some immediate wins would be to one, start harvesting some of the email addresses and capturing that information from all of those visitors that are coming in.
Yeah.
I think that's a good first step. And then on top of that, since it is in the footwear category, there's a lot of social media kind of opportunity here to build out, whether it's a Facebook group or an Instagram or something like that to further diversify that traffic and just ultimately, like we talked about, diversify risk, increase revenue, both just good things as far from an opportunity perspective.
Yeah, yeah. And like you said, I think you said there's no social media at the moment. So that's a
Yeah, exactly. So there's nothing intense from the social media. So it's kind of a blank canvas and such a wide range of opportunities in this category since it lends itself so well to
oh,
social.
social media and footwear. Oh my God.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So big opportunities there. So do you know why the seller is selling? What is he or she moving on to bigger things or what's happening?
Sure. Yeah, so they just have a lot of different assets in their portfolio, and so they're wanting to focus more on their bread and butter. And even though this is doing so incredibly well, this isn't their primary focus. So they're looking to free up some space, and I'm sure use this capital to kind of deploy it into some of their other
Yeah.
businesses.
It's inspirational, isn't it? It's amazing
It
what you
is.
can do online.
Yeah, it's truly. One of my favorite things about working here is hearing all the life changing stories of both on the buy and the sell side. So it's an amazing opportunity for sure.
Yeah. And so, yeah, speaking of the other site that you've now sold, so that was a great site too in that music niche.
It was, yeah. It took us, like we were talking about, when you're in those more kind of targeted niches, it can take us a little bit longer to find the right buyer. But
Yeah.
ultimately, we found a buyer who could immediately kind of see the potential, see how he could plug it into his plan. And yeah, we're working on finalizing that now and should be having it fully marked sold any day now. I'd imagine probably tomorrow. So
Fantastic.
pretty
Oh,
exciting stuff.
congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. It's always great to have a seller to be happy with the sales price and have a buyer who's really excited about what they just purchased. So good
Yeah.
news all around.
Yeah, and you guys do a really nice job of that. So, all right. So, if someone's interested in this listing, though, we can put the listing number below, and they'll be in contact with you or with one of the brokers there at Empire Flippers, and they'll look after
Yeah,
you.
exactly. So if you just shoot an email to sales@Empire Flippers,
Mhm.
and you have any additional questions, we can pick it up there. But yeah, the best place is to go to that listing link and kind of learn more there. And if you're interested, we'll take it from there.
Fantastic. Well, thanks so much, Alex.
Thanks, Liz. Always fun.
All right. See you next time.
See ya.